Today, I'm going to share with you how one of our clients, a $100 million restaurant group, has grown 10 to 15% month over month and year over year working with us. My name is Vince and I'm the Director of Client Services here at Dineline, and I'm sharing this video with you for two primary reasons. Number one, we have spent over the last few years $6 million plus in advertising for restaurants specifically. And number two, break down the chain marketing framework, which we call CMF, which was built to manage multi-locations in large restaurant groups. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Dineline Enterprise Solutions, chain restaurants and multi-location restaurant groups. So here's the fascinating thing about what we've been able to develop at Dineline. We understand how large enterprises, whether you're a franchisor or a franchisee with tons of locations, or if you're a hospitality group that has multiple brands under its portfolio, we have developed a process and a system that allows us to do effective marketing across the board for all of your locations in a pretty interesting way that has shown to not necessarily take up a ton of your team's time, but ultimately be extremely effective in growing the revenues for each individual location. And this is really our chain marketing framework. It's kind of what we hold our hat to. And I want to just spend some time today really diving you through this, because if you are a person that is a CMO, or if you're the marketing lead for a hospitality group, and you find yourself kind of all over the place, struggling to get results, not really understanding which advertising method is working best. Maybe you're running Facebook ads and you're not seeing a result on some of these locations, or you have a huge TV budget and you have no way of tracking what's successful and what's not. I'm going to share with you how we could be your biggest asset and how we do this for our restaurants. And here's the kicker. All we ask is 15 minutes of your time on a bi-weekly basis, and we're able to achieve these results, stay on the same page with you, and make sure that not only are we generating you more revenue, that we're able to track it, and we're keeping everything from a branding perspective on point. So let's go ahead and get into it here real quick. So here's our solutions. It's very simple, very straightforward. But number one, as you can see here, increased foot traffic and measurable in-store visits. So here at Dineline, we go beyond what we call vanity metrics, right? The clicks, the impressions, your click-through rates, cost per click, like those are all important when it comes to marketing. But at the end of the day, you're investing marketing dollars to make money. That is what you want. You want butts and seats. You want more online orders. You want more reservations. You want more catering, or you want more private parties booked, right? It's very simple. You want to see, I'm paying money in marketing, my revenue goes up. And we do that by, again, going beyond just those vanity metrics and engagement. We use store visit tracking to bring real world customers through your door that allows us to measure your campaign effectiveness. So when you run an ad with Dineline through our systems, we're able to actually tell you, this is how much you spent, this is how many people it brought in. Very simple. It makes it very easy for our clients that are managing enterprise solutions and have tons of locations. It makes it very easy to identify what's working, what's not working, and what's scalable and where we can spend more money. Ultimately, it makes your budget management easier, and it allows you to spend more on the things that are working because you actually know which campaigns are physically bringing customers into your restaurant. We also optimize ad spend across platforms, right? In today's day and age, a normal consumer might go to Google and search for dinner near me. A couple options pop up. Then they're going to Instagram to better understand what the food looks like. Then maybe they're going back to your website to view the menu. Then they're going to Yelp to see your reviews and see what other customers are saying. Then they're going, back to Google to book a reservation. So there's so many different touch points here. And we take your ad budgets and we make sure with the chain marketing framework that wherever those eyes are going to be, we're going to have an ad in front of them. So if that's Google, if that's the New York Times, if that's the LA Times, if that's Facebook, if that's Instagram, if that's TikTok, wherever those eyeballs are, we're going to ensure that we're blanketing that entire area around your business to make sure that when a person makes that decision to search or has intent for something that you have to offer, we are going to be in front of them. And we're able to do that with our process and able to do that with our advertising. And again, all of those ads have the capabilities to track those store visits. So you'll know exactly what's working, how it's working, and what to scale. Localized campaigns for each store. This is a huge issue that we run across with our enterprise clients is they kind of look at things and say, okay, well, this is, our Southwest division. We have 20 different restaurants here. We're going to run an ad across all these different zip codes. It's going to cover everything for all 20 of these locations. And that just doesn't work. I mean, you could have a location that's 10 miles apart and the demographic is completely different. So we really take a localized approach to each campaign for each store. So we're looking at that 5 to 10 mile radius. What is that demographic like? Those ads for one store might be different than the other store, and we may need to speak to different things to, again, ultimately get that person up off their butt and in your restaurant. So again, really aligning those local demographics and behaviors for maximum impact is what we're trying to achieve when running these campaigns. Data-driven insights and reports. So again, detailed reporting is so important because oftentimes when we're working with our enterprise clients, we're working with a CMO that often has to report up to the CEO or the CFO or a manager or something of that sort. So we make sure to provide you detailed reports that break down each and every single channel, that break down which, again, campaigns are working best, which platforms are working best, all centered around that store-driven attribution. So it makes it very easy for you to relay that information to the corporate team of exactly what's working and how you plan on spending that budget over the next few months. Brand cohesion and creative consistency. This is also a huge deal, right? Because once when you start marketing tons of locations, you want to make sure that there's brand integrity. You want to unify the brand, make sure all the assets are being used correctly, that the assets that are provided for marketing are accurate, and that we're on time with maybe LTOs or specials, or hey, we even have some enterprise clients that are running different offers all over the place. We're very good at organizing that and making sure, again, that there's consistency there. Consistency in marketing is key for the success of these campaigns. Customer retention and loyalty building, right? So we have the ability to do a lot of remarketing, and our pixels really help engage those returning customers. And ultimately, there's only two ways you can grow a restaurant. You either have to, actually three. You either, one, have to acquire new customers. Two, you need to get your existing customers to frequent more often. Or number three, you need to increase the average ticket amounts of diners in your restaurant. So we understand that new customer acquisition is extremely important, but it kind of defeats the purpose if you're going to be acquiring new customers all the time, but none of your existing customers are coming back. So again, leveraging our unique software, Dishio, leveraging some of our other advertising strategies with remarketing really help our clients, especially our enterprise clients who have a lot of customer data. We're able to increase those visits. We're able to increase that average ticket amount at a minimal spend, which is really incredible because, again, at the end of the day, our job is to make you money. And if we can spend less and make you more, that's a win-win for both sides. Lastly is agility and seasonal adaptability. We are very flexible when it comes to these things. We understand that things can change at a drop of a hat in the restaurant space. So being able to have that agility, being able to adapt to different seasonalities, and really make sure that our advertising is reflecting what consumers want in that moment is something that that we like to call our claim to fame. So long story short, the chain marketing framework, when combined and really leveraging our trackability, our optimizations of spend across multiple platforms, localizing those campaigns, providing data-driven insights and reports, making sure that there's brand cohesion and creative consistency, focusing on those existing customers to come back and focusing on those existing customers to spend more when they're at the restaurant, and being very quick about it and not sucking up your time where you're on Zoom calls every minute of the day. We're able to achieve these things with our enterprise clients efficiently and effectively, and it's built great partnerships for us here at Dineline, and it's something that we want to continue to pursue in the future. To further break this down for you to paint a better picture of how we're able to adapt to consumers and make sure we're everywhere all at once, here's a really good breakdown of a campaign that successfully generated a ton of brand awareness across multiple Google platforms. Again, maximizing that visibility and engagement within a broad audience. So we're able to hit somebody, let's say they go on their phone and they look for a reservation near me tonight. We're hitting them on display ads, we're hitting them on search ads, we're hitting them on Gmail, we're hitting them on Google Maps, we're hitting them on YouTube. Any Google property, they are now, since they showed that intent, they're going to see you, we're going to be marketing in front of them, and because they saw you, we're tracking this, the cell phone. So when they ultimately visit the restaurant, let's say they book that reservation for this weekend, and then they go visit, we're able to track which campaign and when the visit happened. We share those analytics with you, and then we're able to scale. And again, we do this on a per location basis. So it's not some round number of all these store visits we generated for you with the 50, locations we're doing or the 20 concepts that we're working with. We're able to get very, very granular here and let you know specifically which location, when it happened, how it happened, which platform they were on. Again, that information then feeds into the rest of our network where we're now remarketing to those people, and we're doing a lot of really cool things behind the scenes to, again, attract new customers, get those existing customers to come back more often, and ultimately increase that average ticket amount when they're dining at the restaurant. Another example here, community engagement and brand cohesion. So here you can see one of our longtime clients, Fat Sal's, they're out here in LA, awesome sandwich shop. I definitely recommend you check them out. Again, they did a partnership with Nickelodeon and the Krabby Patty, and we wanted to make this a really big deal. So we really focused on marketing across Meta, YouTube, and Google. But as you can see here, brand cohesion and community engagement was extremely important. So messaging across the platforms, specifically for each individual location, they have 5 locations in Los Angeles. We were able to make sure that, again, all of those brand assets were being used, that everything was aligned properly within the branding guidelines, and we were able to launch this very quickly and get tremendous results on this particular campaign. All in all, our chain marketing framework, if you are an enterprise solution in our eyes, meaning that if you're a franchisee, a franchisor, or a restaurant group that's working with multiple locations and multiple concepts, our promise to you is to deliver predictable, reliable customer streams, again, without relying on discounting, value-driven acquisition and retention for meaning long-term engagement. Again, our store visit tracking is key here for you to be able to scale those marketing budgets, data-driven insights that allows you to communicate the success of the campaigns that you're managing with us to anybody else within your company, and of course, consistent brand messaging and adaptability. Each location connects within its community while aligning with the brand. So if you want to explore more about our enterprise solutions, just go ahead and visit dineline.co, and we'll talk to you soon.